The Chicago Bulls hope to keep their winning streak alive when they take on the Los Angeles Clippers today. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have fun as only we could do right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Haize. More importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go to get into this content. And it's game day. Early game day at that. The Chicago Bulls take on the Clippers in LA, which is weird enough that the start time is 3 p.m. Chicago time, but the game is in LA, which makes it noon? It's a noon start time in LA. That's crazy. Maybe it's a 1. Yeah, noon time, I think, it's start time in LA. But it's crazy, man. Crazy. But the Bulls get to try to keep their streak alive. I don't know if they've officially announced whether Kawhi, Paul George, or James Harden going to be playing. I know they were all listed as questionable for this game as of last night. We'll see if they all end up playing in this game or not. But regardless of that, what happens, the Bulls just got to take care of business. Regardless of who's on the court, the Bulls have to come in and play with that effort that we've seen them play with before. They have to execute today. Period. If they don't, it's going to be a long night against the Clippers. The Clippers are a really good offensive and defensive team. Now, with that said, they don't take a whole hell of a lot of three-pointers, which is the Bulls' Achilles heel. They do shoot the three ball at a really high clip, though, almost 40% as a team. So you want to look out for that. But the Bulls got to come in here defensively. They got to play tough. They got to try to execute. And if they don't, it's going to be a long night. That's always with the Bulls. They need to rebound the ball well. The Clippers are the 20th best rebounding team in the NBA. The Bulls can take advantage of that. And so looking at Drum, looking at Vooch, looking at the team rebounding as well, Kobe averaging over 5 rebounds per game basically since January. So we're going to have to do that as a team. We're going to have to compete. Torrey Craig's back in the game as well. Gives us a little bit added size. He's on a 16-minute minute restriction, so he's not going to play a whole hell of a lot. But in those 2 8-minute stretches that they put him at, or they could split it up 4-minute stretches. Let's see how he performs in that. So it'll be really interesting to see how the balance of the team attack goes tonight for the Chicago Bulls, or today. I'm so used to saying tonight. And hopefully the Bulls can get a dub, man. Hopefully they can get a dub. It's going to have to come through effort. Do we get another big night on Kobe White? He's going to have James Harden guarding him, kind of force them to try to put like a Paul George on him, something like that, see what they can do there. But this is no slouch at all, regardless if their core 3 players are playing or not. They still got some nice depth there at other positions. And, we'll see what the Bulls can end up doing, man. I hope that they can take care of this business, man. A 4-game winning streak at this point in the season will be really big for the Bulls as well. I think that, if the Bulls can get to 500 today, not to say that really changes anything on the outlook for the rest of the season, but that does put them in a nice place for the remaining 18 games at that point. Today's the 19th game, but 18 games remaining at that point. You're at 500. Can you go 9-9 over the season, right? Can you go 500 over the remaining part of the season? Or if you play above 500, you'll finish above 500. So this is a nice opportunity for the Bulls to kind of set the record at even as they go forth with the remaining 19 games of the season, and we can see what they're going to do. Only 8 of the Bulls' opponents have records above 500 remaining after this game. So, if the Bulls, this is including this game. So, yeah, if the Bulls can take care of advantage of that, man, it's going to put them in a really nice position to try to win this game and get some more wins here on the back part of the season. So let's see what the Bulls can do there. We got Shane in the building, says, am I the only one that finds it crazy that PG-13 gets shut down by players that are much smaller than him on the Chicago Bulls every time he plays us? Is that real? Is that real? Sometimes Shay be saying I find stuff funny and it don't be legit. So I just want to take a look at Paul George the last couple of games. I gotta trust but verify when it comes to Shay, because you never know with Shay. Shay be saying something, saying stuff sometimes, and it don't be real. It don't be real. It just don't be real. Let's see. Let's go since 2020. Let's take a look. So since the 1920 season, Paul George has averaged 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 6.2 assists against us. He's only had one game in the last 5 games against us where he scored less than 20 points. Shay, what do you be talking about, bro? What world do you live in, Shay? It's almost every time. So you're talking about averaging to almost 25-5 against us, getting shut down? Come on, Shay. You got he had one bad game. The last game he did only score 16 points in that game. But come on, Shay. What are you smoking, bro? What dope are you smoking? Shay got some good weed, bro. Some really good weed. Who do you think will be guarding who this game? I don't know, because I don't even know who's playing. To be honest with you, I do think Io's probably going to be guarding Paul George. Outside of that, I really don't know. I don't know. I'm not even going to act like I do. What's going on, Bulls Daily? Glad to have you in the building. The news about Lonzo right now is great, but hopefully the Bulls fans, especially our tourists, don't get ahead of themselves for next season, because even though when Lonzo plays, they have to keep him safe with minutes. I didn't even catch the Lonzo news. I've been cleaning my house all day today. It's not like me not to catch news. So yeah, I didn't even catch the Lonzo. What's the Lonzo news? Now my computer's moving slow. Bulls Daily says Kobe plus Io yin and yang. You know what? I actually agree with that. I actually don't disagree with you on that at all. They play really well together. Really, really well together. Oh, Lonzo Ball starting to complete running drills. Okay. Shout out to him. Shout out to Lonzo. Fun fact, not only was this the first win in the Bay Area since 2015, I think it was the last one against Chris Paul since 2015 too, believe it or not, when he was a Clipper. That's crazy. That's crazy. Quentin from Let's Talk Bulls in the building. What's up, Bulls fam? Let's stand on business and get this 4th win. Hope so, bro. Hope so. Good afternoon, Haize, everyone. This feels weird. Why we got to have a streak of really late games and then a matinee still feels like morning to me. Imagine being in LA. Imagine being in LA. Damn, I forgot Harden was on the Clippers, and then this is Westbrook injured. Clippers will be a tough matchup. Yeah, they'll be a tough matchup. Now, like I said, there was some doubt if their core 3 players were going to play tonight, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's get it. Not gonna lie, I was hoping at least ton of these 3 wasn't. 2 of these 3 weren't playing tonight. They say they're all playing. Haize has to be stopped being cheap and hired. Why do I need to hire a maid? What are we talking about? Anthony Vargas' birthday is today. Shout out to Anthony. Happy birthday to Anthony Vargas, bro. Hopefully we get a win and you get some quality A cheekage. So, what's good, little bro? Bulls Nation, I like this shit. What's going on, Spicy Butter? Simba says he's coming back. What's up, my guy? That's not guaranteed he's going to come back. Just because he started doing running drills does not guarantee he's going to come back. We'll see. It's official. Teams have to stop Debo and Kobe. What? Oh, you're talking about I don't know why my brain registered that as D-Lo, but you said Debo. We'll see, man. We'll see. I hope they both have big games tonight. I really do. I really do. Most importantly, get the win. I don't care who has the big game. Just get the dub. Get the dub. This will be a tough game for the Bulls. Kawhi and PG-13 will be tough to slow down. This will come down to shutting down Powell, and don't let Zubac go crazy on the glass. Those aren't bad points there, brother. Not bad points at all. Shay talking about 2K. Shay lives in his own world, bro. Who will the Bulls' most critical bench player against? Listen, we don't have enough scoring. We are the worst bench scoring player in the league. So the safe bet is always going to be Andre Drummond. That just is. It's always going to be Andre Drummond. We don't even know who's going to play every night off the bench. It looks like all of them are playing, but it is what it is. Let's get this one. Exactly. And that's what I said today on the pre-recorded video. I'm like, hey, listen, I would much rather the Bulls get a win with all the 3 of them playing. So that way, everybody who makes excuses, even though the Bulls got injuries too, can just shut the hell up. So need my boy Batum to keep hooping, loving the defense and shooting he's bringing in the rotation. I love that he's no slouch defensively, right? He does not back down defensively. Now, the question is he going to play minutes? And that's up to Billy Donovan. And as you know, with Billy Bubblegum Donovan, you never know what his rotations are going to be. Clips are notoriously bad on these early day games. Are they? I listen. The Bulls haven't had an early day game like this since we played in Paris last season. Like, we just don't typically get afternoon games even on weekends. I don't think they happen very much around the NBA anyway. This is crazy that this game is early, 1 p.m. time in Cali. It's wild. Bulls Daily said he said y'all afraid of LA? Y'all scared of LA? I don't know why my internet's moving so slow today. I don't know what that's about. I may have to reset the router. But yeah, let's see the Bulls can get this dub, man. Are there even any new games on the West Coast? Who the hell knows? DeMar might sign a 5-year contract extension from Chris Estrada. Like, if the Bulls signed DeMar DeRozan to a 5-year extension and already being 34 years old, they're stupid. That's just flat out. They're just idiots. There's no other way around that. Oh, by the way, guys, just a little programming note. I probably will not be on the post-game show tonight. There will be a post-game show. Steve-O and Big Kev are going to step in. They're going to hold it down for the squad. Make sure you guys support them through that, doing that post-game show. You should see it already scheduled on the channel, so make sure you guys support them through that. If I'm here during it, I'll be back. I got some family shit to do, but you know, it is what it is. Got to take care of the family. But at the end of the day, like, you guys know, support them either way though. So there's one or two things are going to happen. If I'm back in time to do the post game show, I'll hop on with them. If not, I will be back to do a live myself when I do get back to the crib. So we're either going to have a late night stream, just kind of a kick it. Right, we'll call it a hanging with Haize or whatever, and we'll talk about the post game, talk about some stuff with the Bulls. But I just wanted to give everybody the update on that so that they're not surprised when they don't see my beard when they log in for the post game show. So the main Bulls bench players are starting with Ayo and Caruso. Well, you know what he meant, Brandon. Just watched the Windy City game against the Ignite. We looked okay. Our new guys weren't bad. Yeah, I watched a little bit of that too while I was cleaning, but it is what it is. I hope we make it 4 in a row. Today would be awesome. Me and the family are getting pizza for dinner tonight. Hopefully we can eat it with much more happiness. That's hey, listen, the Bulls win does make food taste better. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't think the Bulls won a game against Kawhi since he was a Spurs. So let's end that streak now to like we did CP3. Is that right? I'm not even gonna act like I know that off the top of my head. Have you looked at Tyler Smith in the draft? I think he may be good for us. Listen, I'll cover the draft when we get towards the once the season ends. I'm very underwhelmed by a lot of the players in this draft. There are some that I absolutely do like. Tyler Smith is cool, right? He looks solid. I'm not gonna act like he looks terrible. But the thing is there's something about his pick and roll defense that seems very Vooch-like. And I'm not talking about young Vooch either. I'm talking about right now, 33-year-old Nikola Vucevic. If you're 20 years old, I think he's 19, and you already reminded me of Nikola Vucevic defensively, I'm a little bit concerned about that. Just a tad bit concerned about that. So, you know, that's just me, though. That's just me. It was specifically in the pick and roll. I'm just saying in the pick and roll, he's actually pretty solid on-ball defender. But that pick and roll defense, I'm just looking at that like, hey, man, but we'll cover those prospects when we get there. Our ball says Haize with another fire jacket. Come on, you know, listen. The Bulls varsity jackets I got. This is what I do. Haize, I don't watch college ball, but looking into centers, and I like Donovan Clingan from Gonzaga. He's the rim protector we need. Well, we need more than just rim. See, that's the problem, and that's where it gets to reviewing, because you can't just draft somebody just for one. Even Walker Kessler, for example, brought some scoring. He was a solid in the pick and roll. He's a good passer, but he brings amazing shooting. Clingan is cool. Don't get me wrong. I think he's projected to go second round. The Bulls aren't going to reach to get him either. So I don't know, with the Bulls having one of those mid-first round picks, we're going to pick anywhere between probably like 12 and 20, depending on if we make it out the play-in. And because of that, I don't think that's the reach that the Bulls are going to go for. Now, if they trade to get into the second round, cool, but he's not going to go in the first round. There are some way better prospects in the first round of the draft than Clingan. to me that I think have way higher upsides. And this is a draft where there are not a whole hell of a lot of upsides. Like I keep going to, Kyle Filipowski is a way better prospect than Klingon to me, considerably. I mean, like night and day. So I'm not really too worried about that. Can Debo be stopped like Luka? Yeah, like what do you? I'm sorry, stupidity. It's Saturday. Listen, I'm not dealing with stupidity today. You're gonna go in time. Get your basketball opinions better, and then come back. And you're more than welcome to come back then. Little bro, have you paid attention to Julian Phillips' shot? Man, I like this kid. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Like Julian Phillips is nice, bro. Like the thing about Julian Phillips is he doesn't back down. He doesn't back down. What draft picks do we have? We have our own first round pick this year. Haize, we gotta get you affiliate links for these clothes. You making company sales without even knowing it. Oh no, I know it. I need them to know it so they can get your boy some checks. That's what I am, a walking advertisement for Bulls merch. Like literally walking advertisement. I was doing some inventory the other day. I literally have. I'm not even gonna get into that. I have like 120 Chicago Bulls hats alone. Like I ordered a hat and not realizing it was a re-release. I already had the hat. I'm gonna give it to my son. So like it's at this point I'm ahead of the game. They're re-releasing shit that they came out with years ago. I already got. I'm ahead of the game. It's crazy. But yeah. Oh man. Can you even close the door to your coat closet? So I have a wardrobe down here in the studio with just Bulls and Bears. Just the jackets are down here. That way, if I'm ever like I need to record a video and I don't have the right shirt on, I just throw on a jacket. I got it. Like this is just a regular white tee. I was just chilling in the crib. I'm like, let me go do this pregame show. Let me throw on the jacket. This is what it is. Listen, it is what it is. Get me paid. You go and tag. If you're on social media, tag Fanatics, tag New Era, tag Lids, and tell them sponsor me, you cheap son of a bitches. Again, that's the hashtag. Sponsor Haize, you cheap son of a bitches. Because listen, it's ridiculous right now, man. I could be getting checks. What's up, Haize? Placed a bet for the Bulls to win when I thought Kawhi and PG was sitting. I hope they can still get this W. Hey, man, I don't bet. It is what it is, man. Who has more clothes? That's funny. No, I don't think anybody in the world has more clothes than me. We got to get you linked with Kenny Beecham. He works a lot with the Bulls. First of all, I work a lot with the Bulls. No, I'm just playing. Listen, Kenny Beecham is cool. I respect the hell out of what Kenny Beecham has built, how he's been on YouTube for forever. I think his Bulls opinions have kind of gone a little bit left lately, but I absolutely love to work with Kenny Beecham. Absolutely. What, dude, you can't just roll up on me like that. Come here. What's up, man? What's up, baby? What's up? You good? Okay. All right. Go upstairs with your brother. You just gonna sit there now? All right, whatever. Time to go fishing from Young Bino. You already know what it is. Sponsor Haize, you cheap sons of bitches. Exactly. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. That's not even Leo. That's Loki. That's the Akita. Leo somewhere old and fart. Listen, one thing about old dogs, right? One thing that I've realized about old dogs, Loki's a baby. Loki's a baby. But Leo, when dogs get old, their flatulence gets ridiculous, bro. There's no worse flatulence in the world than women's flatulence and dogs' flatulence. They're right there neck and neck. Neck and neck. That's why women don't pass gas around men. But real talk, like he literally he gets gassy off air. It's like, what are we doing, bro? It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I bet Io scores 20 points this game, and he has improved so much this season. I bet next year is his breakout year. Listen, Io's dope. Everything that Io has turned into such a well-rounded two-way player for the Chicago Bulls that we can't ignore it. Let's see. What is happening? See, shit's fucking up. Salute Haize in the chat. I need that jacket. No cap. Shout out to SB Talk Sports. Glad to have you in the building, brother. We need to work on that collab. I know you sent me a DM on TikTok and I read it and I forgot to respond because it was like that was like the week shit was busy as hell. But let's try to link in the next week or so. You do not have on blue. I believe in the last three games we win, you had on blue Chicago Bulls. Last two, I had on blue. I had on blue all this week, basically. I haven't had on it for the last three, but we'll see. We'll see. What kind of dog is that? An Akita. That's an Akita. He's a baby and he's already almost 140 pounds. He's a monster. Chicago Bulls Central come for Bulls analysis, stay for the dog fart talk. That's hilarious. It's been a long time since we won four in a row. Way too long. Yeah, I mean, we won four in a row right after the Zach. We won those first four after Zach went down. Maybe not the first four, but I know we won four in a row after Zach went down. And then we haven't done, I don't even think we've won three in a row since then. So we won four in a row from November 30th into December 8th. And then we won three in a row from December 18th to December 21st. And then we won three in a row again, January 5th, 8th, and 10th. So we had a couple of 3-game winning streaks in there. A couple of 3-game and a 4-game winning streak in there. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. By the way, that's a dope dog. Oh, that's my baby. He doesn't. It's funny because him and the old man Leo almost rarely ever leave my side, and now that Loki never leaves my side, Leo that first week, Leo was like, "Hey man, who's this? Who's this dude? What we doing here?" And then now Leo's like, "All right, fuck it. You gonna go with the new dog? Cool. I'm gonna lay here in this corner and fart all day. That's all Leo does all day now. He eats, walks, looks at squirrels outside the window, and farts. That's all he does, bro. He's an old dog, though. He's real old. I remember I had to stop talking to some Bulls fan with their opinions on how they should trade Kobe White and Io because they feel they're not long-term solutions and should tank for Cooper Flag. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Bet, especially with all this MJ slander going on, MJ don't got a left. It's crazy. Hey man, the MJ slander is wild, bro. That and the whole what's the thing like? I'm over the 80s, I'm over the night, whatever it is. This stupid, dumbass basketball opinions, bro. Dumbass basketball opinions. Shay in the building says, Haize, watch next season. Patrick Williams might be the one to have a breakout season, and all the way from boys fans will be a distant memory. All the way from boys fans. First of all, if you're a fan of boys, leave the chat right now. That's all I can say to that. Because Shay Wildin, first of all, I'm not saying you, Shay. I know you're not. But boy fans, Bulls fans, but enunciate, Shay. Enunciate. Pick up that bottom lip, little brother. But listen, we'll see, man. I hope that Patrick Williams can have a breakout year. I really do. Bro, jacket, yeah, bro, that jacket is tight. No lie. I appreciate that. I still think women farts are worse than some land. Oh, bro, when women pass gas is literally the worst. I see your Akita behind you a lot. Maybe I'm biased, but I think Akitas are the most beautiful dog. Akitas are my favorite breed of dogs in the world. Period. My favorite breed of dogs in the world. Julian Phillips needs more playing time. I don't think many people are going to disagree with you there, brother. So annoying how Zach got hurt because now we can't trade him. I mean, a lot of people share that opinion. Billy Donovan gave an update on Lonzo today. Said he's. Oh yeah, we talked about that. I'll probably get a video on that before the game starts. Vooch been on a nice stretch. Vooch has been on a really nice stretch. He really has. And, I know he's shooting terrible from three because Vooch is shooting absolutely god-awful from three-point range. Was he like 27% on the season, something like that? But Vooch on the season is averaging 18 points per game. He's averaging almost 11 rebounds. He's doing that on 47% shooting. His last few games as well, like even it goes a little bit outside of this month. Like, yeah, this month he's averaging 20 points and 11 and a half rebounds per game. Last month he averaged 22 and 11 and a half. So, I mean, Vooch has been really playing well. It's just that three-point shooting when it's bad and he's not going to the middle, it's evident. Matter of fact, last month in February, when people were so down on Vooch, Vooch only had one game the whole month of February where he didn't score 20 points. That was on February 14th where he scored 9 points. Other than that, he scored over 20 points a game every single game in the month of February. Y'all put some respect on Vooch's name, man. Put some respect on Vooch's name. People ask this all I'm gonna pin this. I'm just gonna pin it somewhere on the channel. So I get it from Lids, New Era, Culture Kings, Pro Standard, There's another one that I already said. Culture Kings, Lids, Fanatics as well. A lot of stuff comes from Fanatics, which I think Fanatics owns Lids, so there's a lot of overlap. But Fanatics website does have some stuff that Lids doesn't have on their website. So little key. So key there. Lids has some hats that Fanatics doesn't have on their website. Lids has gear, but Fanatics has some gear that Fanatics that Lids doesn't have on the website. It's really weird considering they're all owned by the same team. Same company. It's really weird. Just put everything on the goddamn site. But yeah, that's about it. MJ was playing 15 years ahead of everyone 30 years ago, so a lot of that wouldn't fly as easy today. LeBron isn't the GOAT. Like a good game from Drum, he's due. Yeah, big game. Haize got to drink a whole bottle of tequila. The Bulls get past the first round of the playoffs. No, that a whole bottle of tequila. That's reserved for if the Bulls win the title. Like, because that's I'm sleep for the next 2 days at that point. Done with the 90s is just foolish. It's the most iconic, most popular basketball decade ever. That's a fact, not an opinion. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. Every year I catch at least one Bulls game in LA. Had to miss this year because I'm trying to buy a crib. SoCal, be taxing fan. Oh, bro, I already know. You ain't telling me nothing. I already know, bro. I can only imagine. What good point have you ever seen that LeBron Stan has made in favor of him being the GOAT? And being the GOAT, like overall the GOAT. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. LeBron's longevity is definitely a case for that. His dominance is a case for that. I don't want to act like he didn't dominate his era, but to me, it's just I can't put him over MJ. Last game, I realized we converted on the best fast break points we did all season. Hopefully, that's a good sign because they have been bad on decision making on advantage fast breaks. Let's hope that it continues. Archangel says, if you are from Chicago and MJ isn't your GOAT, move. Cleveland needs you. That's hilarious. That's funny. Damn, it's Bulls fans in LA. Bulls Daily. You remember the first time me and you ever got into a back and forth? It's because you're like, I don't like it when people that aren't from Chicago root for your own team. Bro, you got to remember, the Chicago Bulls were the 90s. That we got fans everywhere, bro. Like, literally, if you ever go to another stadium, like I used to go see Bulls games in DC all the time because that's one of my favorite cities. And at times, they would be like just as many Bulls fans as anywhere. Bulls fans are everywhere. Bulls Daily. You got to get out and travel some, bro. You'll see that. Like you'll a lot of Bulls fans in Atlanta. No Dwight. So yeah, there's a lot of that. You gotta get out and travel, bro. You gotta get out and travel. Take a stab at how many points Leroy Carter will drop. 12. I'm gonna say Javon Carter scores 12 points on taking 10 shots today, and he plays some really solid defense. Really solid defense. Bulls by 5 today. I mean, we'll see. 100. Yeah, get out, bro. Yeah, listen, I don't even mean that as a slight, bro. Get out there, man. Go and catch a Bulls game. Seriously, like even outside of Chicago, if you don't want to go too far from Chicago, go and catch a Bulls game in Indianapolis when they play the Pacers in Indy. You'll see there are a lot of Bulls fans there. Until like the Pacers started getting better around the Paul George era, there were times where there would be more Bulls fans in Indy than Pacers fans. And so, hey, we listen, we worldwide in this mug, bro. Bulls fans, not both ends. Oh, wait, what did you say? Man, Bulls fans in Norway. There's both ends. Bulls fans in Norway. There's Bulls fans in Mongolia. It ain't even funny. Listen, listen, I lived in Italy a big chunk of my life. There's Bulls fans in Italy. Real talk. I'm talking about Italians. Don't even speak English. Wearing Bulls merch. Rocking it. I'm telling you, bro. There's Bulls fans everywhere, man. I was in Australia like 10 years ago and they're still wearing MJ merch. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Milwaukee is United Center. There used to be. Now that they've won a title and they got Giannis, it's a completely different game. Completely different situation there now. Let's see. Did the Bulls get their lineups out yet? Nope. No lineups by the Bulls yet. For real, just because you're from Chicago doesn't make you a real Bulls fan. Well, hey, listen, the thing that's crazy to me is you have people born and raised from Chicago, but then they're Packers fans. It's like, man, what? How? How is that going to happen? How? I know I'm not old enough to understand the Jordan arrow. Enunciation, Shay. Shay, listen. Take your bottom lip. Extend your bottom lip. Just go like this. Hold it there for a couple of seconds and then enunciate, bro. Like enunciate. Your bottom lip is too big. It keeps getting in the way. Jordan arrow? Come on, bro. What are we talking about, man? The Jordan arrow, but for some odd reason, I don't like the New York Knicks and the Indiana. I hate the Knicks. Hate the Knicks. Little Mark in the building says, what's the word, my boy? Hey, listen, hopefully the win's the word, bro. Hopefully that's what we're seeing today. Tell me this, are going to be people in LeBron James jerseys hanging out in Romania in 30 years? Probably. I'm not even on the front of you. Probably. Don't get me wrong. Probably. But that Jordan is forever, though, bro. Austin in the building says, what's good, y'all? Agree about the draft. MJ and D Rose are GOATs fans worldwide. I mean, listen, I can't call D Rose a GOAT. Listen, he revolutionized. He's so inspiring. Like when you see a lot of the young point guards come up, a lot of them say that their favorite players was Derrick Rose. Like he was so influential. And had he not gotten to that point of like, had he not got hurt, like keep in mind, Derrick Rose never got to have a prime. As much as Derrick Rose was great, we never got to see Derrick Rose have a prime of his career because of the injury. Like, it would have been crazy. It would have been crazy. If the Bulls win today and then against the Mavericks and then against the Pacers, what does it say about this team after beating the Kings, Jazz, and Warriors? Also, well, listen, let's get this win first. Let's get this first. If LeBron came to the Bulls in 2011, like he considered to do you think he'd be considered more the GOAT? That if LeBron would have been the player to bring a championship back to Chicago, multiple championships, right? Because the Miami Heat ended up winning 2, right? If I'm not mistaken. And it could have been further. It could have been more than that. Man, I think that the LeBron Jordan debate would have gotten even more ferocity in it amongst people, because then you're talking about, oh, well, he won titles on Jordan's team. Like, the small-minded people. D Rose was crazy following in Asia for some reason. Oh, yeah, because that's where the game was growing in Asia. And just like the Bulls were the best team in the NBA at the same time that the game was growing worldwide, and that's why you have so many worldwide Bulls fans. Yeah, the NBA they were making a strong effort to grow in Asia during Derrick Rose's era. That's why he does have such a big fan base there. Ramel says his mom loves my vids. Well, tell your mama she's a real one. How do you look at Patrick Williams' situation? It's disappointing he's not healthy to play and grow with Io Kobe this season, but then maybe we get him on a discount in the offseason. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's going to help the Bulls kind of re-sign him for a little bit better, better contract, and we'll see what that ends up turning into, man. We'll see what that ends up turning into. But all right, y'all, I know we usually go longer on the pregame show. We're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. Got business to do with the Chitlins. And I'll still be around. Make sure you guys support Kev and Steve-O. I don't know if they're going to do a halftime show or not, but I love you guys, man. Stay tuned in. Let's get this dub. Let's push it to 4 in a row. Love you guys. Go Bulls. Hit that subscribe button, y'all.